Yes. This DJ will kick the floor in 3, 2, 1.
Yes. Hello and welcome back to Ntanza. We are back again. It is that time of the night where we have to talk about what happened. Well, there's a lot that happened today. Ntanza was just telling Baloyi he would not tell him some of his witnesses because they go around harassing people, these people.
Which has not been proven to not be a fact. Every time a witness is mentioned, especially a crucial witness, who still remembers Dr. Zinbatsani?
I remember.
And they went and looked for him in less than 24 hours after Advocate Mgomezulu mentioned him.
Yes.
They ran and they looked for him at hospitals. They were looking for him. Who asked them to look for him? No one knows. He's a defense witness, but they were looking for him as the state. Why? Who knows? So, Ntanza was well within his right to say that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are happening in that court. We've got
Scary stuff.
Scary stuff, in my opinion. Those people are just doing what they are doing. I don't know whether there's limits in what they're doing or not. We just don't know. We don't know.
We don't even know whether we are going to bear the end of this reading. Pelua Funda is reading. He's reading. Is the stuff that he's reading relevant to the case? No, not really. They're more like trying to prove that Ntanza had a phone so that they can prove that he called his lawyer or alleged lawyer, Giaco, so that they can say no, that confession was not taken under weird circumstances. He's still trying to prove the confession for those who are as lost as I am. He's still there. He hasn't moved on. The judge said they were admissible, but he still hasn't moved on. He's still stuck on proving the confessions. We don't know. You know, it feels like Senzo is a by the way in this case.
Yeah.
It's not looking like they're interested in proving or finding out what happened to him. He's a by the way. Right now, the war is between the accused and the state.
Yes, but we are good in another case. When Amangetus, we are good in bad. We are from far. Lindy, where Berenbe. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Lindy.
Right. We are from far. Hey, membership. Thank you. Guys, I should do how to join membership thing. Someone was saying, hey, please do it. So, yeah, I need to do it. Sindile Mahanjano. I think, thank you very much, new member. That's what it says here. If you are not new, you are renewing, forgive me. That's what they're saying here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for renewing your membership. We really appreciate it over here at Mzansi Reality.
Yes. Good things are just happening since we got in. Created by members, gifted by members, getting new members. That's how it is. And welcome to everyone. Subscribers, people who are not subscribed. By the way, I have stats. I think we have 70% of people who are watching us are subscribed.
That's good.
And 30%
I'm not subscribed.
Not subscribed. They
Why
are binge
not
watching.
Subscribed? Why?
Yeah. So
Why
you always
not
get that.
subscribed?
So yeah, that's basically what I have been viewing. in terms of our views. And yes, we are going to definitely work on something that we said we will work on,
we
the
have to
missing
cover
parts,
the missing
and
parts.
that is going to be done on the membership. So it's not a bad thing to join the membership.
Yeah. So court resumed with Advocate Baloyi slowly, and I mean slowly, and I mean very slowly. Going through the calls that were made by Ntanza's number to Lebu's number on the 30th of August 2020, and the tower as usual was Queenswood. Baloyi asked, there are 11 outgoing calls from your number to Lebu's number between 2200 hours and 2300 hours, and the tower is Queenswood. Ntanza said, I need to respond before the court that I did not have a phone, because if you look at the calls of the number you are talking about, the person was supposed to call my phone because they could see that Facebook and WhatsApp were active. And also, as you are reading all these calls, as I requested before, that show me, then you have to show me the OB entries that show, when I was in Queenswood, because I was not detained in one police station all the time. I'd be removed and then maybe taken back again. The records from Pretoria, Moot, from Valeria, you have to show them to me. My entry and exits as I left those police stations and I entered them. So the OB occurrence book from Valeria has not made it to court. And the reason is because of 2020, it has been misplaced and it could not be found conveniently enough. Well, Baloyi then said, but these are outgoing calls from Lebu's number to your number. They're not incoming calls, they're outgoing calls. So what? Like, really now? So what? Does it change the fact that the calls were made? Ntanza said, who was making those calls? Because the phone was not with me. We're talking about 2020, but I'm here on a matter of 2014, as you've told the court. We're talking about 2020 events and not 2014. I want this to go into the record that we are not talking about 2020. We are here on a case of 2014.
Yes.
Ntanza is standing his ground.
Definitely. Ntobeko Ngazonke. Hello. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. And then
Yeah, it must be, because you know what? We are speaking as if we are speaking about the case of
2020.
2019. I mean, even if it was a case of 2020, I don't see anything wrong so far.
There's no crime.
No crime. No, not at all.
The problem here is he's trying to force feed Ntanza that he had his phone in his cells while he was detained. And the more he tries to do this, the more he's convincing the rest of us that it's impossible. Under the circumstances that Ntanza was in, it is highly impossible that he had his phone with him for those many months in his cell, or wherever he would go and be taken by the police. He'd have a phone with him and they would not care for the phone or confiscate the phone. It's impossible. Awukhonali.
Javas Elijab saying, I felt like an outsider for a minute. Good morning. Oh yeah, the comment was on members only comment. No, I'm looking at my comments coming through. I only
It's
see
only
members,
members.
and I'm like, okay.
No, fix it.
But thank you. It got us a member. It's not an intention. It's on that. I think it's the last time we were live on the members. Yes. So yeah, it happens.
Well, Baloyi said, we have already indicated to you, Mr. Ntanza, and we have referred you to the relevant paragraph that you do not have contact with your family as well as your legal representative. He's still there. He's still stuck there. He still wants to prove or have Ntanzi admit that he had that 13-minute call between himself and Giaco. That was a once-off, and the rest were please call me's and very short duration phone calls. But there's one for 13 minutes, and considering that the phone,
you reminded me something that who's this? Mabena was from the intelligence team.
Was he?
Was it Mabena who was from the intelligence team?
Was Mabena from intelligence? Guys, I don't quite recall. Help us out. He was from intelligence.
It seems as if.
Was he?
It seems as if.
Cause, yeah. I just have to look back. I'll have to look back to my notes. But yeah, someone was from intelligence.
Yes.
It was Mabena, ne?
Yeah, it could be Mabena.
Okay, so Dante said it's straightforward and correct because there was no way I was going to struggle to get to a change of clothes and toiletries if my family did not know where I was. Even before, the account, I did reveal that even you in front of the court, if you get a call saying that your child did not come back home yesterday, I know that you will call your child and look for them. Baloyi continued with the late night calls on the 30th of August, the 22:10:28, made with Ntanzi's number to Lebo's number, and the tower still Queenswood. Then he moved to the 31st of August 2020, an incoming SMS from Lebo's number at 0055, and 13 calls were made to Lebo's number. Baloyi then moved to incoming calls from Ntanzi's mother, or Ntanzi's mother's number to Ntanzi's number on the 31st of August at 6:17:28 last.
Oh, someone is saying it's Bongani who was from intelligence.
Oh, Bongani, the one with the braces. So what about Mabena? Where did he fall? Like, where was he? Was it with Ekurhuleni?
Cold, wasn't it cold?
Oh, he was part of the team.
Cold room, yeah.
Of the cold room.
I think so.
Ntanzi's comment was that he had no phone, and he even said it before the court. Remember that my mother's phone calls are pinging at Pretoria University and Palmer Flats. I've never been there. I don't even know those places. That is why I'm saying those ones you are jumping to, my lawyer will get up and address them and tell the court about them. This was supposed to be a cross-examination, by the way, but somehow it has turned into Advocate Baloyi leading evidence for the state. Now Ramasipili has to respond to Baloyi's cross-examination like Baloyi was leading new evidence. It's one weird situation that we are in.
We are in a court of brotherhood. Hi, family. Did you listen to
Musikili?
Is it Musikili?
Yes.
She said she was also in the crime scene and went inside and sat with the kids. There was no blood, even General Musikili. Even General. It's who's this? Matthews, I think. It's Matthews. Boom. Cool. I'm not sure. Also, General Musikili confirmed there was no blood. Where was this?
At the ad hoc committee.
Oh.
General Musikili is one of the first respondent from the SAPS. She was one would say high position in the SAPS.
How do you pronounce this guy? Matthews, not Matthews, it's Meth. Something, yeah. Was alleged at the scene. Not alleged, was it alleged? If he was there, he was there. Come on, guys. Was he there?
Who is that person?
Was she there? It's Mathys. Mathys. Is it Afrikaans?
Mathys. Who's Mathys, guys? Help us out.
Oh, Mathys. He was also there, did you?
Who is that? And they were also at the scene.
Oh, Bongani, bafunani go cold case. bafunani ngabe babhizi nento kaDumsana.
Well, I did see the
Oh, it's
timelines.
Matthews. Someone was writing for me. Hey, Matthews, thank you. Matthews.
Oh, Matthews.
Yeah, hey, my face. Matthews. Hey.
So I don't know who that is, but I did see some of the highlights coming from Musikili's response.
Oh, Matthews of EFF, eh?
Oh, Matthews of EFF. Mathys. Matthews. Okay, that makes sense. Matthews is the EFF or representative there ad hoc committee.
Was he part of the police though?
So she said she was there at the crime scene.
Was she asking the questions?
Yes, she was asking the questions to General Musikili. General Musikili,
Matthews.
yeah, is the one who was with who was there at the crime scene, and she was leading the investigation team at the time. At the time, because it changed a lot of times. So she
But she was never
came
called to
there
testify.
at 2 a.m. That's the time that she says she got there.
I hope they entangled her more.
We'll try to analyze it.
I hope they entangled her more so that when they call her on the other side, if they were to call her.
Madlanga will not be asking about Senzo's case. I don't think they're interested.
No, not Madlanga. They're there wherever they ask. I hope they dig a bit on about that situation of no blood and all that, because it makes it easier for the defense if they were to call. That's my face, who was never called. Was he ever called?
No.
No, this look more
Musikili. No.
What, so we can use him
For the defense. But people are saying that she was very ambiguous and didn't really want to say much. It looks like she's not being direct. That's what people are saying. It's almost like she's afraid or doesn't want to speak about the details.
Obvious. I wouldn't be surprised.
So we don't know.
uMabhena naye la kakhona ngathi bengamproba more. Abantu abanjengoMabhena mina,
Angithi Mabhena has passed on.
not Mabhena, sorry, the guy the ballistic guy.
Mangena.
Now at Nkabinde,
Yes, Ngabinde inquiry.
he looks like a person who's saying I'm a victim, in my opinion.
He's saying he's a victim of the Katomena killer squad. He's afraid of them.
Was he not afraid of the cold room? If he is able to analyze things like that, I want him back on the stand.
The thing with him, with Senzo's case, I see people are praising him with Ngabinde inquiry, but we cannot shake off this feeling.
No, I can't shake it off. Like that is a mark for me.
A firearm is not. What is it? What did it say? The matching was not. It was inconclusive.
No, he ran and fetched
That
the
was
firearm.
the first test that he did with the firearm. It came up with inconclusive, and then he did it again.
He ran to go, even not looking at the rules and procedures of how to acquire the evidence again.
Open seal bags.
He ran.
The firearm being left somewhere overnight.
Ran.
And then he took it directly to the ballistics office without admitting it properly via the proper process.
No, I'm getting it when you guys are saying he was talking about whether there was no blood and all that. I get that. I'm just talking about now this ballistic guy who's all of a sudden now testifying, and it makes sense.
With Senzo's case, we are
But
not
with
impressed.
Senzo's case, and mina ngisashaya amakhala ngaye.
That whole etching situation and how it feels like it was forced to match. I cannot get over that. I cannot go on the second test. The results come in after how many attempts that he did? Something more like 25.
Mabhena was in part of the
match.
BBLs. Hayi nami impela yabona hayi mabhena hayi bani mangena hayi mangena in mabhena hayi bafethu silapha nje yibo in my opinion. Never. Those people,
Mabena,
those two surnames.
Literally, according to my opinion, they're playing with Ntanzi's phone. The whole situation with the calling and stuff is the reason as well that we find ourselves in this position. It seems like 2020 there were attempts to stretch this case. And when you look at this even call data, you see that it was after perhaps Ntanzi refused the plea deal. Then work started happening with his phone. A lot of activities started taking place with his phone. And they want us to believe that he's the one who was doing those activities. We don't buy it. Maybe they can try again. So, Baloyi said that there's a series of calls between Ntanzi's number on the 31st of August 2020 and a number ending with 33 or 3332. Baloyi asked Ntanzi if he knew who this number belonged to, and Ntanzi said he did not remember. But then Baloyi read all those calls on record without telling Ntanzi who the number belonged to. And he asked him for a comment afterwards. So once again, we see an incoming call from your mother's number lasting 25 seconds. Are you saying your mother was communicating with someone else other than yourself? By the way, this number 333 or ending with 3332 doesn't belong to Ntanzi's number. He also seems to not know who the number belongs to, but he skipped and then went to the calls or between Ntanzi's mother and the number belonging to Ntanzi. So he was asking him for a comment regarding the incoming call from his mother's number that lasted 25 seconds. And he asked, are you saying your mother was communicating with someone else other than yourself? And Ntanzi said she was not speaking to anyone. She was speaking to the police officer who had the phone. So Ntanzi then asked, Baloyi then asked, are you saying that your mother will keep on calling your number, speaking to someone else other than yourself?
Yes, Tammy. If your kid is kidnapped, you would. Wouldn't you?
Yes.
Wouldn't you?
You'd call.
If your kid is kidnapped, you don't know where they are, you would call that number until it goes off. You would definitely call that number because it's your kid's cell phone. But you're not getting hold of your kid, you'll definitely keep on calling that number to find out who's got the phone.
Someone should have went to the police station and opened a missing persons case.
Maybe they did. It disappeared. It grew in power.
Ntanzi then said that is clear and straight before the court because my phone was busy and in use. WhatsApp and Facebook were active. My phone was in possession of two police officers, Mohani and Mabena. Baloyi then said also the number ending with 3332 also made 3 calls to your number. Are you saying that the person was speaking to someone else other than yourself? Now this becomes interesting because how does he know that this number ending with 3332 made 3 phone calls to Ntanzi's mother? Does he have a section 205 for this number 3332?
What is he saying?
Also, the number ending with 3332 also made 3 calls to your mother, to Ntanzi's mother. How does he know that?
Isn't it Ntanzi's number?
The one ending with 3332, no. Ntanzi said he doesn't know the number. Not recognize the number.
He's saying that number made a call to Ntanzi's mother.
3 phone calls to Ntanzi's mother's number.
How does he have the records of 3 phone calls to Ntanzi's mother? Does he have Ntanzi's mother's record or does he have?
Kwenzakalani? Does he?
Where? No. Not
then
that
why
I know
would he
of.
say that? Why would he put this question like this? Why would he ask Ntanzi such a very weird question? Because if you're paying attention, you're like, Haibo, How do you know that this number ending with 3332
Made 3 phone calls
three
to your mother?
calls to Ntanzi's mother's number?
That's also I'm surprised that
It is
question.
perplexing.
It was allowed. Why is Ramsipi not asking?
I think they checked out, and I don't blame them because, wow, uyazi ukhuluma slow. It's like the aim is to have people lose interest. But maybe they will pick it up when they re-listen to the record or go through their notes or something. And he's saying, are you saying that the person was speaking to someone else other than yourself? And Ntanzi said, how could they stay without calling my phone? Because my phone was on. Outside there is one that I have fought. There's no one that I fought with. Even when I go back home, there's no one that I quarreled with. Even if I were to be released, take my bags and go back to work and go back to Zulu traditional dancing, there's nobody.
I'm
that
sure the
I have
company
a
is
problem
closed
with.
down, Ntanzi, that you used to work for.
Ish, our whole life ruined.
Yeah, your life just was turned upside down by
And then when he starts looking
arrogant
for
people.
new employment, when they ask him about that gap of 6 years,
Cannot explain it, but they cannot even.
Now they even have AI stuff that when you put your CV through, all of these things will just pop up. All of these things. I mean, they ruined Ntanzi's
Yeah,
life.
they did.
And for what, we are yet to find out exactly why.
Nothing, if you ask me. Nothing. It just happened to fall on the wrong hands. That's it. I don't know how. I don't know about nomkapelile ukuthi afike lapha noNtanzi, but it's there.
Baloyi asked Ntanzi to look at his phone book and see if the number ending with 332 appeared. After about a second, Baloyi then says you can agree that the number ending 222 does not appear on the contact list. Ntanzi then said, how will it appear when it was not saved? Because I don't know who it belongs to. There's something very suspicious.
Yeah, there's
about
something
this
wrong
number.
there. This is the very same number that made 3 phone calls to the mother.
Yes.
The question is, how is Baloyi knowing that phone call made 3, that number made 3 phone calls to Ntanzi's mother, unless you have Section 205?
For this number. Defense, wake up. I know he's trying to
Hypnotize the hell out of you.
but wake up. Little things like this are not making any sense. Is there a Section 205 for this number ending with 3332 that is not saved on Ntanzi's contact list that happens to have called Ntanzi's mother 3 times? Is there a Section 205 for this number? And do you have it as the defense or not?
Sifiso Sindani, thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Sfiso.
They will end up asking questions that they are not supposed to ask, questions that are going to expose them.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, Nami, I was like, okay. How can you see that someone made 3 phone calls to Ntanzi's mother if you don't have? Is it Section 205 of that cell phone or of Ntanzi's mother's cell phone?
Which one is it between the two? Well, Baloyi said yes, but it is indicative of the fact that different people were calling your number. We've also covered that this person was also speaking to someone else other than yourself. Ntanzi said, talking to me when I know them from where exactly? prosecutor, another thing I need to say before the court, you see with my phone, there were many people that were called and threatened with my phone. I have to tell you straight, there were many people that were threatened with my phone, even from the mines in Carltonville. Others were followed to their homes to be asked who they were and how they knew me. And they would tell them that we know him from Zulu traditional dance, just like the boy you went to threaten at West number 4, and you went to threaten him on the day I wanted bail. I was threatened, or he was threatened by Mabena Mohani and Mamfundisi. So this young man wanted to probably testify to Ntanza getting bail, and they went and they threatened him. According to Ntanzi's version.
If that is the case, you cannot convince me otherwise. The cold room is mafia there.
This is giving mafia vibes. What? And you know, now that I look back when we started covering the case, we always used to wonder, where are the people close to the accused? Where are their families? Where are their friends? Where is somebody, anything, anybody? The first person that I could say boldly came out to try and assist is Ubabu Absalom. We've always wondered, where is everybody? What is going on? But when you hear and you look at the amount of phone calls that were made from Ntanzi's contact list alone, it's scary. So these people were literally fearful. These people were scared of the police. And nothing can convince me otherwise. This was Tatamanto harassment. It was bad. Imagine Lebu getting phone calls each and every day in midnight hours. Would you be saying, you just saw your man get arrested, and then the next thing you're getting phone calls almost on a daily basis?
From them popos.
And now you find out that Ntanzi's mom is also included. They were doing similar type of things with her son's phone. And I'm sure she was worried sick at the time about him. Because there's this thing when you're in trouble with the police officers or law enforcement, they like playing psychology games on you. And maybe they wanted people to snitch. Or to
snitch on what?
Not really snitch, but to turn them against the person that they wanted to nail. What explains 3,400 seconds, almost equivalent to 30 minutes of speaking to Lebu? What are you talking about?
Yeah, turning them against the other.
What are you saying? What is the conversation?
It's there.
What are you offering? Because Ntanzi speaking government 3 million.
They didn't offer these ones. These ones sometimes maybe they offered Ntanzi.
Babu Absalom said they were going to take me to other countries, telling me that witness protection. And then I said,
we should
hell
look
no.
at these people who are able to take people to other countries like that. We should look at them, their citizenship. If you are able to just freely say that you are going to take someone out, it means then you know you are from that country.
But I wanted to know who that person is that Ntanzi was talking about. And Ntanzi said, no, you're going to go and threaten him. I'm not going to call out his name. He will come to this court. Every day, we are finding out skatlas from Ntanzi. Every day. The more he continues with this, the more we are finding out skatlas of what actually happened behind the scenes in 2020, more especially. So when all else fails, you go again to Lebu's number, Baloy continued, read the contact that Ntanzi's phone made with, or Ntanzi's number made with Lebu, the 1st of September 2020, he said on 6:38:57 there was an incoming call lasting 433 seconds from Lebu's number. The tower is still Queenswood. He continued to place more calls from Lebu's number, and then he eventually asked and said, "So, Mr. Ntanzi, are you saying that Lebu's number communicated with your number for the combined time for those two incoming calls from Lebu around 800 seconds? It's a combined time of about 30 minutes. Are you saying that in those 30 minutes, the caller Lebu spoke to someone other than you for a combined time of 30 minutes?" Ntanzi said, "I still maintain what I said, that my phone was with Mabena and Mukhani." But I continued to read more call data. It continued on and on even after the short adjournment. After going through the calls made between the number of Ntanzi and his mother's number, Baloyi asked, "The caller using your mother's number spoke to someone else other than yourself?" And Ntanzi said, "Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying before the court. My phone was opened before it was taken from me, and it was not switched off." Baloyi then asked, "Which includes 2 incoming calls from your mother's number and 1 outgoing call from your number to your mother's number?" And Ntanzi said, "Because my mother could see or was aware that the calls on my phone were going through, so she was supposed to call it, even though she did not know who was answering or who answered the calls." Baloyi went to the next calls and continued to read more of the calls that Ntanzi's number made to Lebu's number on the 2nd of September 2020. The tower is still Queenswood. Then he read all the calls up until the 2nd of September, including the calls that he made to his mother. Then he said, "If you say a document from Valeria doesn't indicate that you had a phone, which document are you referring to?" Ntanzi said, "You said they found my phone in my possession at Valeria. So where is the document that indicates that I had a phone in my cell?" You know, usually when phones are found in possession of inmates or whatever, there's a paperwork that usually fills in and to show and and all of that stuff. Where are they with this one? If they're gonna say that there's such an event took place, Valeria yona kantitini. Where is the paperwork that speaks to that? Well, Baloyi said, but Sergeant Mukhani testified that on the 7th of February 2021, they found a phone in your blankets in the cells.
That's it. That's the paper that I was asking for. Sergeant Mukhani.
Like we are supposed to take Mukhani's word for it.
Kininda, they are paperwork. They are everything.
Well, Ntanzi said, "That is not true. Show me where it's written down that they found a phone in my possession." Baloyi ignored Ntanzi's request and continued to read the calls on the 4th of September 2020 onto the record, and calls from Ntanzi's number to Lebu's number up to the 5th of September 2020. Ntanzi said he was not close to the phone. He said that he could see that MTC SMS Mabena's number. It keeps appearing. He said it's Mabena's number, then my mother's number, Mabena's number, then Lebu's number. He said, "How do I call the police officer who arrested me and also send them an SMS? Is that even possible in the world? Is it possible that you send an SMS?" So
this pattern shows that at this point in time, I don't think Mabena is the one who had the phone. It was the other. Yeah. So what was happening? This one was trying to convince Lebo, and then tell Mabena the outcome. Convince, tell Mabena the outcome. That's a pattern I'm saying. And the other one can speak the language Lebo can speak. Do you understand?
Yes.
So Mabena probably had a problem because Mwana wabo. So the other one, uyangithi lo wenhloko isigaqa lesi lesiya Vele could not convince I mean so he was reporting kore mabhena umuntu wahana mfethu wahana kuru kamukho ngibabhayiza ngathing bayeza crime allegedly baphinde bafake inamba zabo allegedly.
I don't think these people thought this case would go so far and take so long. Like, I feel like they're also surprised that things have turned out the way that they've turned out. They thought it was going to go through in 2020 while everybody was on lockdown and be over very soon and very fast. What do you think?
Hey, but why? I don't know. All I can tell you is that level of intelligence, though. I am not gonna say much, but yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of worrying if people are in intelligence and they do stuff like this. It's kind of worrying. But I read the call date from the 6th to the 8th of September 2020 and asked Ntanza for a comment. And then Ntanza said, I still maintain my answer that I did not have a phone because even when I look here, the phone made contact with Buthelezi. Buthelezi has never called me since I was detained. He has never called me. I only called Buthelezi when I was with my banner asking him to bring me change of clothes and toiletries, and Baloyi said that the interpreter said that Ntanza was ahead. It's actually Baloyi who said that Ntanza was ahead. He's still at page 10. And Ntanza was at page 13. Because that's where Buthelezi's staff was at page 13. Baloyi continued to read more calls from the 9th of September 2020 from Lebu's number. And there's one call that came through at 17:03:09, lasting 9 seconds, Queenswood. He said there are 5 calls. And Ntanza said the last time he had contact with Buthelezi was on the 13th when he brought him the change of clothes. And Baloyi said, are you now disputing the call that your number made to Mr. Jack Buthelezi on the 9th of September at 19:35:03? Ntanza said, I'm saying that I myself, I never made contact with Buthelezi with my phone. My phone was with my banner in Mogani. As to what was being done to my phone, I don't know.
And
I was
I'm
not
sure
there.
the
I
record
was
can
not close
prove that.
to the phone.
I'm sure the record can prove that because there is a date, right? They can
Yes.
check on that date if Ntanza made a call to Buthelezi around that time.
And this also speaks to how did they know of Jack per se? How did they convince Jack to be a state witness against Ntanza?
He's attached to any police station that he finds you at. If he decides to cook, he's attached to any police station. That's all I can say.
Baloyi says, so you are not disputing that you are the one who made the call. And Ntanza said, I'm saying that I never called Buthelezi to the day he came, from the day that he came up until he appeared before this court. Ntanza insisted on seeing the OB book from Valeria. He's not showing him in court. That's what he said to Baloyi. His entries and exits, at the courts in Rustenburg. He said, because I was appearing in court and there was change of police stations, all of that is not mentioned in court. And then Baloyi said, Mr. Ntanza, all the police stations that you were detained at have been traversed by cell registers and occurrence books from those police stations. We're talking about the towers. The prosecutor is saying that I was at Valeria. I'm saying I was not there permanently. I was moved to different police stations. If the phone was with me, then it needed to go with me wherever I was going. And if I'm taken to Rustenburg, then the people need to go there with me. If it is true that the phone was on me, Pretoria, Moot, and all other 4 police stations that I stayed at in Pretoria should be there. And why is this phone only showing Valeria? Because I was not permanently in Valeria. Baloyi continued to read more calls from Lebo's number to Ntanzi's number from the 19th of September 2020 to the 10th to the 14th of September 2020, and Baloyi now found a contact called Msizi on Ntanzi's contacts and asked him who he was, and Ntanzi said he's not sure, but if he's the one from Nongoma, he last saw him a long time ago. It could be around 2018 or 2019. The last time he saw him was when they went for the Zulu traditional dance. Ntanzi said he never made contact with him, after that. And Baloyi said that his number, the number of Ntanzi, called Msizi on the 10th of September 2020. This feels like someone was literally going through the contact list of Ntanzi, calling every single person on his contact list. Why would Ntanzi do that?
Because he knows how to. The fact that if he had a phone, he definitely would have called the female. He wouldn't tell Cronje that it didn't bath.
So why would you take those months calling people one by one on somebody's contact list? That is looking like someone who's looking for something.
Obvious.
Well, Baloyi, continue to read the call data after the long adjournment. Okay, I'm gonna try and summarize here because it's a lot. I'm tired of this man. I'm tired. Well, there's a number 0766725762, and they're saying that this contact was saved as Noma Zwide. Ntanzi said that he's a young lady from Dwandwe clan and he knows her since they are coming from the same village. She's also from Kwahlogolo. And Baloyi then said there's an outgoing call or an MOC 221013. That is a call that is followed by Lebu's call to your number on the 12th of September 2020, MTC lasting 83 seconds from Lebu's number, and an incoming text from Nomazwide, and your number on the 12th of September 2020 at 22:24:09 received an incoming text MT SMS 0 seconds from Nomazwide. And I kept thinking maybe she was buzzed, or maybe sent a please call me, and maybe she called back or sent a text message back to try and find out who's calling her. Because there was quite a lot of that back and forth happening between Nomazwide's number and Ntanzi's number on the 12th of September 2020. So this is before he makes the court appearance at Boksburg Magistrate Court.
It's like, what was happening with Ntanzi's phone? They were looking for someone to give them more information. People like Bono Mazwide. So when Baloyi comes to court with some of these things and say, how would you so and so know this? Obvious, you guys were busy with the phone and trying to find things, and some of the things misled you.
Yes. Yes, greatly so.
I'm saying Baloyi because it's prosecutorially led. We must not exclude Baloyi. For me, Baloyi is a big person in this case. Yes.
Prosecutorially led investigation. We cannot forget that. Baloyi then read the rest of Nomazwide's phone calls or attempted phone calls or attempt contact. 19 seconds after that, incoming text, your number on the 13th of September at around midnight involving a call from Nomazwide's number. Then about an hour later, your number on the 13th of September 2020 at 1:04, an outgoing call was with 1,802 seconds to Nomazwide's number. Baloyi then said, please call me made to the number of Nomazwide, your number on the 27th of September 2020 at 00:45 sent a please call me to Nomazwide's number, and he asked Ntanzi for the comment regarding the specific communication between his number and the number of Nomazwide. So Ntanza said, "My lord, I'm still repeating myself that I did not have a phone. I never sent her a call back. I last saw her during Corona at the villages walking by her homestead." Baloyi then said, "These are 95 contacts between you or your number and the number of Noma Zwide from the 1st of September to the 30th of November 2020 regarding that outgoing call to her number that lasted 1,802 seconds. Who would have made that call to her?" Ntanza said, "My lord, I've explained a lot of times in this court that I did not have a phone. I was separated from my phone on June 16. My phone called a lot of people. I would ask that some of them be contacted so that they can come and state, I would ask my lawyer to come and contact some of the people so that they can come and state which police officer was calling them using my phone." And because to some, he would say that he is doing investigations. Now I'm surprised that they're doing investigations using my phone. Exactly what are they investigating with my phone? So they would call some of these contact people on the list and tell them that they were conducting investigations on Ntanza. Is that how you do investigations? You take somebody's phone and harass every single contact that you can find and asking them about. Just because I'm stored on your phone as a contact does not mean I know your shenanigans. Is that how they do investigations, cold case unit? This is making me uncomfortable. Then Baloyi said also that call on the 12th of September 2020 at 22:10, there's an outgoing call that lasted 120 seconds from your number to her number. I assume your response remains the same as to who could have made that call. Ntanza said, "I don't, my lord, since I did not have a phone. The last time I have my phone or had my phone was in June 16. Two of my phones, the Samsung J5 and the white one, which belonged to my sister, they parted ways with me on the 16th of June when Mohan and Mabena took them from my hands." And Baloyi said, "But who would have known that she is from KwaHlokolo and made a contact with her using your number?" Ntanza said, "I trust that the name of KwaHlokolo came from me and not from you, prosecutor. It's from me. I voluntarily gave you this name. I have told the court many times that when my phone was taken, I was never told to switch it off. My phone left my hands and the data was on. Facebook and WhatsApp were active. If Mabena was here, it would be better for him to respond as to exactly what happened or what they did with my phone. Because in front of the court, it is not true that I was found in possession of a phone in the south. And it's not true that there's at least one commander from Valeria that can come and explain or give evidence before this court that they did indeed find the phone. Secondly, it is not written anywhere in the papers as to how and when the phone was found. Okay, so Baloyi then said there are also the following calls between your number and Noma Swazi's number, and on the 4th of September 2020 at 001806 made an outgoing call, MOC lasting 3,548 seconds to Noma Zwide's number. The tower is Queenswood, NGA. 3,548 seconds breaks the record. It's definitely one of the longest phone calls that Noma Zwide after midnight got from whoever had Ntanza's phone. But Ntanza is saying Zwide is a child. Uthumncane. And you can imagine how young she was in 2020. This is disturbing. Sibanda was
FT.
whispering to Baloyi. And the judge had no problem. Baloyi said that it was close to an hour where it is written that it is. Where is it written that it is an hour? Ntanzi asked, and he said when you divide those seconds, 60 seconds make a minute, and you divide it, it will give you almost an hour. So for almost an hour, Unomazwite's phone. Yo. Then Ntanzi said, so you are the one making those calculations? And Baloyi said, the next contact. And then Ntanzi said, I need to get an answer, yes or no. He is the one who told the court about seconds. I have to get an answer. And Baloyi said, if you convert those seconds to minutes, that is what you will get. But we can work with seconds, Mr. Ntanzi. And Ntanzi said, so are you the one converting them in court? I need a response. Is it a yes or no? And Baloyi said, yes, we worked that out. And Ntanzi said, okay. The next call, your number on the 6th of September 2020 at 01938 made an outgoing call to Nomazwite's number. Again, 2,792 seconds. MOC, an outgoing call. The tower is 3G Queenswood. Your number again on the 10th of September 2020 at 22:10:01. Made an outgoing call MOC lasting 750 seconds to Nomazwite's number. Tower is Queenswood. Your number on the 10th of September 2023-19 received a text message, an MT lasting or SMS lasting from Nomazwite's number 3G Queenswood NGA. Your number on the 10th of September at 22:24 made an outgoing call lasting 186 seconds to Nomazwite's number. Then again, 002037 received an incoming MTC from Nomazwite's number lasting 2,949 seconds. The tower is Queenswood. Baloyi said he's just sampling the 94 calls made to Nomazwite and asked Ntanzi for a comment regarding these few calls that he sampled. Ntanzi said, I never contacted Noma, and at that time I did not even have a phone. When I look at the time, it's over midnight, 12:19:38. We are talking about a child here, not an adult. The mere fact that you can call a child at these times of the night. Then going back to the 1st of October 2022 and 2020 and the 11th:09 and 00:20:37. Now he was mentioning all these disturbing times after midnight that he could pile up. He said, we're talking about a child, a small child, which is why I want to know what was my phone being done. So Baloyi said, you are saying Nomazwite is a child. How old is she? And he even said he, not she. Ntanzi said, even if I may not know her exact age, but she's not as old as the one that comes after me. Remember, Ntanzi has a younger sister. Do you remember? Mm-hmm. So did you see how young Ntanzi's younger sister is? So if she's younger than Ntanzi's younger sister, we have a problem. It means she was a child. She was much younger in 2020 to be receiving all of these phone calls past midnight. And you can even hear how Ntanzi is so overprotective. That he's concerned. Whoever had his phone.
Lezi zalapha eGoli azinandawo.
Ntanzi then said, if I may not know her exact age, but she's not as old as the one that comes after me. She's way younger than that one. So Baloyi then said, did you contact her prior to her arrest? Ntanzi said no. And Baloyi said her sister would usually, it's actually Ntanzi explaining that Nomazwite has an older sister and she would usually be the one that would come and buy ikwani, the material that is used to knit ikanzi.
So they use the number, young one.
To call and to make those arrangements. He said his mother sells ikwani. So they would want to call Ntanzi's mom, and she would normally call and ask whether they are available or not. And the elder sister is the one he said he's used to. So Baloyi then said, on which number would she call you? And Ntanzi said, we're talking about this number, isn't it? Which means that she would use that number. Then Baloyi said, but was she using this number to communicate with you? Ntanzi said, I also know their mother. She's used to my mother. They even go to the same church. Then Baloyi said, but you said Nomazwite is a child, and you said it's improbable that you could be communicating with her at the times given on the Section 205s. And when we asked you whether you communicated with her before your arrest, you said no. But then, without being prompted, added that you were communicating with the sister. I mean, what has this got to do with Senzo's case, Senzo's matter? Like, sometimes I have to stop and pause and be like, but manje uNomazwite and her sister bangenile lana. Like, what are we doing? What is going on? Then Ntanzi said it's not a crime to talk to her sister. I'm saying that the sister is the one who usually called using the number when I got at home, and I'm also used to her sister. Baloyi said your number on the 15th of April 2020 at 1900 hours made a outgoing call lasting 74 seconds to Nomazwite's number. KwaHlokolo UNKZN. Now, this is before Ntanzi got arrested. So he was trying to prove that there was prior communication between Ntanzi and this number that was saved as Nomazwite.
But he did say they communicated using it. What is he proving?
I don't know. Akiri, he's trying to. I don't know. Mina ningangibuzi kakhulu ngendaba zabalo angazi mina ukuthi wenzani. I don't know. But he was referencing dates before Ntanzi got arrested. But I said, so your number has been communicating with Nomazwite's number before your arrest, and these are just a few communications that we were sampling. But we went on to other calls to Nomazwite on the 22nd of May 2020. Ntanzi said he did not see it as a crime to call Nomazwite's number, and this number has nothing to do with the person who passed away in this matter. Exactly. Like, what has this got to do with what happened in that spaza house in 2014? Bonomazwite, base KwaHlokolo, enongoma. Why are you dragging them into this case, Baloyi? Why? Were they there at Kutwanong Street? By the way, the people that are supposed to be in that court answering are right there in the Gauteng province. They're not very far away, you know. But you chose not to bring them to court.
Let's press the like button. Yes, please, guys, press the like button.
Because now listening to you going through this data, Ntanzi said, you are referring to the days of Corona while we were at home. Maybe these days you are referring to I was just at home at the soccer field watching soccer with the young boys from my villages. Baloyi continued to read more calls made to Nomazwite's number on the 15th of April 2020 at 1900. Baloyi said he counted about 16 outgoing calls made to Nomazwite's number before Ntanzi's arrest. Ntanzi still maintained that he did not have a phone with him in custody. Even now, he said he could see other towers like Silverton. Silverton is a suburb in Pretoria, okay? And Silverton, as far as I know, has its own police station. It's not Valeria, from my understanding. Zwartkopers is in Centurion. That's another suburb in Pretoria that's very far away from Silverton. Neil Mafias is apparently, allegedly closer to Pretoria Moat, or is in Pretoria Moat, which is also a totally different area. And Ntanzi did mention that sometimes I would be at the Pretoria Moat police station. So all these 3 different towers are very much far apart. And for someone who was stationed at one police station, as Baloyi claims, Valeria police station, these towers are too far apart. Okay. Who had Ntanzi's phone? Because this person was moving. Then Baloyi said, Mr. Ntanzi, you are still busy with the period before your arrest. The MOCs that were made to Nomazwite's number, we put it to you that all these are outgoing calls. There's no incoming call, which is contrary to what you're saying, that the sister used to call inquiring about the mats. And Ntanzi said, there's nothing contrary here. You are the one who's turning this around. When you want to call someone for help, you call them. And when they call asking for help, you will help them. It happens that I go watch soccer with the young men. I'd ask Norma and her sister to please bring us water or ice from the fridge. It's closer to the soccer field where her home is. It's not a crime to connect with her. I don't see anything wrong. Her number and my number did not go to the scene. And Baloyi said, we already put it to you that there are no MTCs, no incoming calls during that period from her number to your number. It's only outgoing calls to her number. So he's trying to say that Ntanzi was the one only calling and making these phone calls to Nomazwite's number. And Ntanzi said, that's not a crime. I'm not calling a criminal. I'm calling a child from my village. What I like in front of the court is that my phone is not at the crime scene. I never went to the scene. I never killed Senzo. I'm busy in this court answering questions pertaining to the events of 2018, 2019, and 2020. But they said the crux of the matter is that there was contact with Nomazwite's number before your arrest, 16 outgoing calls, and also after your arrest during the period that we've just put on record. And Ntanzi said, yes, I agree. Me connecting with her is because we agreed to plan to kill Senzo, just like he told the court that the accused and I met and plotted to kill Senzo. That was sarcasm. That was him being sarcastic. Well, but they said, say, I've already explained to you that I'm showing you that you had contact with her number both before your arrest and after your arrest. We've mentioned that the call started from the 1st of September 2020 to the 30th of November 2020, and we counted in the order of 94 calls. That is correct, that I was having contact with her since the phone was not with me, Ntanzi replied. So Baloyi went to reading the calls again. One lasted 1,802 seconds. The next call was an incoming call to Lebu's number on the 13th of September 2020 at 8:46:54. It was an incoming call from Lebu's number to your number. He read more incoming calls to Lebu, and he also read a call from Ntanzi's mom and more from Lebu. Whoever had Ntanzi's phone, in my opinion, was busy calling Lebu non-stop, and having, one would say, long conversations with her. Baloyi referred Ntanzi to a contact called Sibeke, placed their number on record, and Ntanzi said he does not recall the name exactly before court. And Baloyi said your number on the 13th of September at 7:22:32 received an MTC that lasted 1,799 seconds from Sibeke's number. The tower is 3G Queenswood NGA. Ntanzi said he did not have a phone. Now, speaking of Sibeke, it seems Sibeke made the first contact, right? Perhaps he had heard something had happened to Ntanzi and wanted to find out. When you've just found out something about somebody and you have their number, you call that number. I don't know whether normal people do this, but you want to find out if what people are saying is true or not. Even after the person has passed away, you'll find yourself dialing their number because you are in disbelief or something. You understand? So I feel like some of these people, they were doing that. They just wanted to find out what's going on. Ntanzi said he did not have a phone. And then Baloyi said, are you just suggesting that Sibeke made a call to your number and spoke for 1,799 seconds to someone other than you? Well, Ntanzi said, yes, that is correct. Maybe they could see that my phone was on Facebook and WhatsApp. Both of my phones were not switched off. I told this court before, as to what was being done to my phone in my absence, I would not know. The calls were from the 1st of September to the 30th of November 2020, between Ntanzi's number and Sibeke's number. Baloyi went back to reading calls made to Lebu using Ntanzi's phone, and he said that there were 10 calls and all of the tower was Queenswood. Then he went back to the calls Ntanzi's mother's number made to Ntanzi's number while he was detained. Baloyi also read an SMS received from Sibeke. Baloyi also read Khululiwe's number now into the record as well. And he said, your number on the 19th of September 2020 at 21:52:18 made an outgoing call to Khululiwe's number lasting 963 seconds. And Ntanzi said, I still maintain before the court that I did not have a phone. And then again, I'm shocked that I called someone and kept them so long on the phone. What is it that is so big that I was looking for from them? If you look at this paper from Vodacom, these people, it would be that I was passing on a quick message and tell them to tell someone else a message. It was not that I would converse with these people over the phone for a long time. If it's Khululiwe that I'm thinking of from Mwango, would be looking for her father, asking to tell her father to pick up his phone. Since he's an elderly person, he would not be answering the calls. Baloyi then said, did you see the period of the 19th of September 2020 at 21:52:19, an outgoing call to Khululiwe's number? And Ntanzi said, it's because I'm explaining to the court that it surprises me when the phone call is like this. I was not used to having casual conversations with this person. I'd only ask for her grandfather for her to pass the message to him to check his phone. Yeah, now my guess is that these people, whoever had Ntanzi's phone, wanted a personal implicating information that they could get about Ntanzi. They wanted everyone on his contact list to tell them something, It seems like that. I mean, they quite kept these people for a very long time on the phone. It's a long time. 900 and something seconds. 1,200 and something seconds. Baloyi then said, where is he from? Ntanzi said he's from a village called Mtigili. Why does Baloyi want to know where this grandfather is from? The grandfather of Khululiwe.
What?
He's asking Ntanzi where the Ntanzi is explaining about the grandfather that whenever he would call Khululiwe is to have Khululiwe maybe transfer the message to her grandfather that he must pick up his phone. They're trying to contact him. He would never have long conversations that would last for this long with Khululiwe. It would just be
what is Baloyi saying?
Now Baloyi said he wanted to know where the grandfather of Khululiwe is from.
For what?
That's what I'm asking. Why would he want to know that?
Hey, this guy.
Why does he want to know where people live that have nothing to do with this case? It's so weird. These people are becoming exposed by him. He's a prosecutor. I thought he stood for protecting members of the public and stuff, but it seems like he's exposing them for what we don't know. He's laying these people's details bare in that courtroom. It's so weird and strange. Well, Baloyi said, where is he from? Ntanzi said he's from a village called Mtigili. And Baloyi said, and how do you know Khululiwe? And Ntanzi said, it's easy for me to know her. Would even camp at her home for Zulu traditional song and dance, Ingoma. And Baloyi said, before that call, there's your number on the 19th of September at 21:49:55. It made an MOC lasting 1 second to Sibeke's number. The tower is Queenswood. And he said, do you have any comment? And Ntanzi said, there's nothing I can say. I've said on many occasions that I did not have a phone, and to say that I had a phone in the police station, you can get Valeria to respond to that in court. As to what phone did I have inside the cells in Valeria, where is it written? Baloyi then asked that they adjourn. He doesn't want the Valeria OB entries
Obvious.
to be seen by Ntanzi. He's giving, they have gone away, He's not even trying to look for them.
Obvious. So we're done for the day.
I'm done.
Okay. Someone said, hey, the calls, hey, let's hear.
Okay, guys, we're opening the lines today. Please call in. Please share your opinion, share your thoughts. What do you think of this madness being done by the number one prosecutor in the NPA?
Someone is blaming us for not giving you guys a chance to call. Please press that like button. Call, okay? Let us not wait for you guys. Call.
99.9% conviction rate. This is how he gets it.
I wanna. Well, I normally say, "Igibeng ebulala abantu zilala kanjani." But this, in my opinion, is similar. People's lives.
Destroyed.
You ruin two people's lives. Ruin them. Two.
Not only them, their families.
And their families.
They've got wives. They've got children.
So tomorrow we'll be having real criminals born of this.
Yes.
Hardcore criminals born of this
situation. You've left them destitute. Their fathers were breadwinners, and now they are left destitute, having to do immoral things. I pray to God that they are not, but we all know what happens when your father who takes care of you is taken away from you. This is inhumane.
Hello, how are you?
We're good, sir. How are you?
I'm good to speak with my daughter in Cape Town.
Hi, my daughter.
Hi, family. You know what Ntanza is looking?
Yes.
When they find you with a phone, when you are already charged, there is something, they said, a further charge.
Yes.
They charge you again.
Yes.
And that one, you're going to straight 6 months in jail. So Ntanza, he wanted that charge at that police station. So they don't have that charge.
Yes.
If they find a phone with you in prison when you already sentenced, they send you on the single cell. They take away your privileges, the visit, everything. They take it away from you because you commit a crime. But if you are only charged, you're not sentenced yet, when they find you with a phone, automatically, when you come to the court, you already wear the uniform, you are the further charge. That charge, they find with a phone in prison or a knife, is straight 6 months. It's what Ntanza is looking. They don't have.
They don't have that, I doubt.
When they find you with a phone, you're not sentenced yet. You go to prison 6 months.
6 months.
You're wearing orange. If you already sentenced, they find you with a phone. They take you your right in prison.
You don't have. John here is saying the prosecutor is doing an excellent job in building a case of post-offense conduct. Look at the law on association with the court may use as circumstantial evidence to infer guilty.
No, I think those people, Mr. Arno, they finished. They don't have nothing at hand. Instead, they tire themselves. Advocate Nisi warned them before, said, my lord, this, I wish it can be Vodacom, they can lead this evidence, not a state.
Yes.
But if state want to lead it, he can do. We're going to follow up. Now it's not a re-examination now. It's start now, Balo is leading his case. It's a new evidence.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Arno. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.
Thank you for that piece of information.
Thank you. Let's hear, John. Call us. Let's hear what you are saying. You are saying they are building a case.
Hey, John,
this is the same court. No, it's fine. Let's hear. John say They are building a case, circumstantial evidence. To build that case, isn't it supposed to be also they are supposed to discipline the police that arrested Ntanza?
Yes.
Because
For
they
not
did not do
procedure,
or follow procedure.
for being reckless.
It's not that
for being
easy.
incompetent.
It's not black and white. Mzansi, hello.
Hi, Misano and Family.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for taking my call and thanks for the good summary of what you said yesterday.
Yes.
If you still remember me, the last time I called, I was actually praying that he must do a fight back. Because if it doesn't do it, he was going to be Delela and people are going to open.
Yes.
But hey, I have really seen the real Ntanza. He fight. The guy is fighting.
Yeah.
Right. And then I used to think Onima Pisa is just Ram Sugil and there is no evidence. I used to think it's Onima Pisa. But after listening to Ntanza's incrimination of whatever the state is trying to do to bring Ntanza into crime scene, I can also tell that besides the confession, there is nothing on that. There is nothing besides the confession. Because, mate, you can go and read the records for 2020, whatever. You can go and do that. But as long as they're not talking about 2014 events, you're just wasting our time. And you are right. This prosecutor is the most relevant one that we were thinking he can give us something.
Yeah.
But hey, he's not giving us anything. You say 2 weeks of going through I don't know how many pages of phone calls. But he's not proving anything. If you want Giaco to prove that the phone was Giaco, you must bring a mandate that is signed by Ntanza that says you might need to request, not the phone call.
Yes.
That is not it. Yeah. And you can call people from SL. I don't even know how you are charging that phone. That's a separate story. But Ntanza, the simple question is, can you please give me the OB book for the police station where I was going, and then we can talk and agree to the stuff on record. They are not coming to all people. And deep down in my heart, I actually had a question. I actually want to know where Mohane and Mabena were staying. I want to plot their house and then check those towers. I want where they stay because I think we'll find a solution or an answer on who was calling labels or whatever, 5,000 seconds. I don't know. But anyway, that's all right. Thanks, that. Let's see how we are going. And it has been a long, long struggle with cross-examination. And I wish the defense is noting all the issues that Ntanza is raising in these arguments. They must come and clear those things when they are doing a re-examination so that it becomes clear.
Yes.
That it doesn't take fun. I cannot phantom the idea that they keep Ntanza in that boardroom. Remember that boardroom when they met about Guinea, they still president looking for tattoos and still could not find a phone.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You're not be joking. Yeah. You want to play with us, yeah? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah. The flexible prosecutor. Indeed. Press the like button. The lines are still open. Let's call. Let's hear your voice. Let's hear what you say. Yeah, the flexible one. Flexible prosecutor. They say. Yeah, there in South Africa. Yeah, the calls, guys. That's what I'm here for now. I'm here to hear from you what you are saying. Tell us what you are thinking. Someone just said, when you check in the context of cell phone records, digital forensic, pattern matching does not directly mean the physical screen log pattern. Yeah. Instead, a pattern match refers to a technical automated validation process, usually within the data analysis software, that confirms the piece of information matches with a predefined format. This is just some clarity. Guys, ningami, keep on calling. If someone calls, does not get through, call again. angithi nithi mina anginifonisi. Now I'm here. WhatsApp, the same number. It's scrolling below 0711537006. Let's hear your own opinion. And while we are at that, press the like button. While we move on that, Chobegadi, thank you for 200 likes. You very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Guys.
So we are heading for 250. That's what our moderator is saying. We're heading for 250 if it's possible, and that is if you guys are calling, because if you're not calling, the office pen. So it means they took the phone for download and handed it back to Ntanza. Could be the case. What can you say? Since when you had him trying to place an accused at the spaza shop and I repeat, I know that they are cooking my lot. EFF MP said loud that she went in there. There was no blood. Right. Mzansi, hello.
Thank you very much, Anonymous, for taking my call. How are you guys?
Ah, we're good, man.
We're good.
Perfect.
Yes.
I've got a suspicion. I don't know how you guys are going to judge it. What if Baloyi, by reading these calls, is building a case along the lines of right at the end saying Ntanza sent a message to someone confessing in the involvement of the killing of Senzo? I don't think he's going through such a painful exercise for almost nothing. Someone might argue to say this information should have been given to the defense counsel. But you will remember during the time of Guininda said there is still some more information that they're investigating in this case, which already made me wonder as to why then the prosecution, if you're still doing the investigation. They bring new information all the time. The state. So they might be, I'm just suspecting, because they've done so many absurd things in that court as the state. And I don't think they are currently afraid of trying to come up with a built-up case to say Ntanza had the phone and he was feeling guilty when he was in jail and sent a message to someone confessing that he was involved in the killing of Senzo. It's just a suspicion. It's all alleged.
All alleged.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, you gave them a really
Good idea.
but I doubt they could take it there. They're just not. They're just not at that level. They are not at that level. That's all I can say.
But one thing I can say, he's not far off by saying that this definitely feels like he's buying more time. We don't know for what yet.
Yeah, they could have used that already by now. I'm telling you, they don't have anything.
More time for something. Maybe the investigating
Zanzi,
officers
hello.
are still looking. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Benjamin.
Yes.
In UK.
Yes.
Yes, I just wanted to comment on the case. You know, we usually watch it during after black and sometimes. You know, like now we follow what you're saying. But I've got a question to Baloyi. How can someone call someone in a second? I want to understand how can you converse with somebody in a second? Then you call it your number was calling this one a second.
Yeah.
I think these people are, you know, these guys are taking us for don't call someone. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Because if you look at the calls that were made to level, you'll find it's 2 seconds, 1 second. What? It's only today that we have seen 1,000 and whatever seconds, 900. But how can someone go forward in a second? I really don't understand that. But I'm grateful for Ntanza, because Ntanza is pulling punches, and you can see the face. You know, when you are guilty, you can see how Balo is looking when Ntanza asks him a question. Because the best thing to do, I think the best thing to do is for Ntanza to ask for that OB book from Valerie. That's the only thing that can save him. Because there's no way. I would also prefer that they could play that clip that she was showing in that court that she went. He was raising up his hand. I don't know, his box spec or something. Yeah. How can someone have a phone with all that security that is there? You are chained, you are whatsoever. How? I wish he can point it in the court, ask them to say, how can I keep a phone the way these guys are treating us? How? I think otherwise, I'm grateful. Your show revive us, especially as we who are very far from South. But with you, at least your timing is okay. Because most of the podcasts come while we are still working, with this difference in times.
Yes.
So we are doing great. At least this time is around 12 this time. It's around 11 here. Most of people are around. So, yeah, it gives us hope and see what is happening down there. Thank you so much. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Keep them calls coming. Say someone, I'm Zansi. Guys, don't you think Baloyi and the cabal will paint Mabena as the corrupt cop who was charging his phone? Allegedly. Not far. Yeah, not far. The calls, the Mabena calls. You're not far in my opinion. Allegedly, you're not far. You close. So Mabena was the police giving this guy this phone.
But we have a problem. Mabena is no longer here.
And Mabena is also painted by Ntanza as a person who was harassing him.
So how will he do that? He's done it before with admitting statements of people that are deceased and getting the defense to be entangled and then saying, we didn't bring it. They shot themselves in the foot or whatever. But how is he going to be able to execute that now? Because he's cross-examining. He's not leading evidence.
Yeah, his time is down. Someone is saying Guinea is preparing for ad hoc and commission. Is it going there? Oh, that would be nice. That
would be interesting.
That would be nice. Mzansi, hello. More especially with ad hocs. Hey, how are you?
I'm sorry, man, to call you a second time. I think this exercise, Baloyi, he can introduce that type of evidence that maybe Ntanza confirm on somebody else. What I'm thinking, he tried to shift the blame, to try to pin someone. They misled him. He tried to show the cold drink unit, they misled him. So he wants to prove himself now, which is Ntanza, he's right, not the other way around. But the problem is, it was the procedural driven. It was him. It was investing. It was leading the whole process. Says that they were thought during the COVID time, is gonna be quick finish. Idlozi linzima kakhulu. Uyakwazi ukuntshontsha mase uyekile untshontsha uthi ithi ngithathe le chocolate ngiphume. Mawuphuma nala chocolate ubanjele la chocolate uthola ukuthi wantshontsha izinto eziningi. Le case le izovuthela urata izinto zakhe ebebaleke ezenzile. Ngoba uzovuka through le case azibone setrouble. uNkulunkulu namadlozi anzima kabi. Thank you very much, Ado.
Thank you. But the last dance, they normally call it the last dance. Let me do this last dance. And then the last dance becomes your demise. Yes. Mzansi, hello. Oh, the phone
one
was
last time, just one more time.
Becomes your demise. Yes, Gininda is going there. They want to unpack him. That's why, more especially considering that it seems as if he's got close proximity with Sbiane.
Do due diligence if they're going to be asking about Senzo's case.
Yes, please. Mzansi, hello.
Please, get researchers.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi,
Hello.
Ned. How are you?
Hi.
Wow, it's been a long time. I actually wasn't sure if you can answer because you were saying good night almost.
No.
Yeah, no, we're here.
I even spotted a yawn a little bit earlier, but then you cracked up.
Yes.
Anyway, listen, I just want to say a couple of things that are on my mind. I won't be long, I promise.
Okay.
Number one, I don't really know anything about this new NPA boss. Hey, I don't know what you know, but I'm surprised nothing's yet been said about this case because now it's coming up in the commissions and the ad hoc committees, and it's a lot. Like the wag the dog thing is apparent. Yes. Who was at the hospital? Who was at the house? Blah blah blah. And then I don't want to go into Bellarmine too much, but the whole country saw what happened on that crime scene. It was a mess. So now we know what it was to look like, even at Senzo's house, right? So I'm not sure why the NPA is not doing anything to stop this wastage of taxpayers' money, number one. Never mind the corruption of the police, because that also is the current topic of the nation. There's nothing, now it's not only on your show that we're talking about this.
Yeah.
Now the whole country is about it, right? Which brings me to my next point. You see, personally, I only knew Itumeleng Kune, to be quite honest. I have no interest in South African football. Okay, I was interested in him, and I find it boring. I watch football once every 4 years, to be honest, right, at World Cup level. And
you're like me.
No, honestly. And at the end of the day, I wouldn't really have bothered too much with this case because I wouldn't have known who Senzo Meyiwa was. I know Kelly Kumalo because I'm a singer. So I was interested because of that. So just being interested in this case is a very niche market in itself. And I think that if more people had been interested, they would have been able to get away with less than they are. And I think that's because people don't, soccer is a racial thing in South Africa.
Yes.
When you go to soccer in some of the other African countries, you see very mixed audiences all jumping for their nation,
Yes.
Their state, country. But in South Africa, even sport is racialized, like everything else.
Yes, definitely.
The fact of the matter is that football is considered a black sport.
Yes.
And so people have not really followed this case, but Toys got away with it. I mean, I even said that at the beginning about Batoy. So, for me, I'm just wondering now why nobody's putting this to an end. It's like watching an animal being killed so painfully for so long. And, when we're doing visual sacrifices, they have a problem. But that at least is quick. This is what. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Thank you.
I'm following
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's someone saying, Christopher Advocate Baloyi is proving association with those phone calls, Mr. What association? What association does someone has with the baby? What association does someone has with their mom? Yes, their mother. They are their mother. What association? There's nothing. You are literally saying the police, your police that you trust so much, they didn't do a good job. They didn't search Ntanza. Your police that went back to search Ntanza's room to search for a hoodie that he could have worn in 2014.
And got out of there.
They forgot to search Ntanza's pockets. They forgot to do that. Ah, man, come on. It's badala masibangaka. Ezinye izinto man ading unless when you get old, it's true to you become a child. About the way you think. There is no association that is proven there. What association? Or there is a common person that we called a common person who's not even part of the criminals. What association are we proving? The fact that today I can get Ramaphosa's number, maybe call him, then I'm associated with the other MPs and whatnot. That's wow. Whoa. There is nothing. Oh, accused number 3 called this person and you also called this person. But the person is not even part of the people that you say they're there in these 5 accused. What association are you proving? Mzansi, hello.
Hello, Mzansi Reality. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you guys?
Ah, man, we are good. We just have to soldier on.
Yes. Nna ke bua ke re ke itumetse o santse o provile case gore o innocent. Baloyi o face thata. Ene rata o dutsela hale ka gore ke modimo ene. Case ya khale e hetile. Go tlogela ko DNA bane ba bua account. E tshwanetse ka bele khale ba tshagile batho ba bontsi. Go bara batho bale ba buile ma ai witness yare batho hete ne role ke di intruder. So hete ga imechi bashimane ba. So bashimane ba tshetse ka bele ka why baloyi ana sa charge batho ba bontsi di ai witness go tsa go bua maka a re gora gore ke nna le plan dileng hete. So no yana re ha ya no baloyi no o tshameka ka rona itsa gore di pokotsa ga mar pelo e loya go feta setlhare ke a dumela baloyi tla ke nako ya bone le rata ene Ntanza o dira botitota rata no yana o shut up ke happy ha buli le molomo totally because why is go guilty le thank you Mzansi. It's my opinion na ke happy Ntanza na ta sende hana timulu ene kare be ba tse botlhoko mara no yana ke proud guy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Chukana speaking, guys.
Chiguana, thank you.
Thank you, Chukuana.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Quick translation. She said that Ntanzi, she thinks proved his innocence. Baloyi has failed. Rata was sitting there like a god, and this case was long over, according to Chukuana, and the accused, they've been trying to pin the DNA on them, and it's not even a match. Baloyi is playing us like we are his ghosts. And the one profound thing that she says was that Bilo e lawyer go feta setlhare, meaning that the heart is capable of more witchcraft than any herb or muti that might be used. And
lawyer,
it's proving to be it's proving to be
let me
real.
take a call.
It's happening.
Mzansi, hello. Hi, how are you?
Yebo Mr. Anonjani.
Sikhona mfethu njani?
Hayi ngikhona na. Mayi lento ebayenza Ntanza igcina isibhlungu uyibuka.
Yeah.
Ingenzeki kuwena. But nje okwami bethu ngizothi nje nami ukuphosa u2 la ukuthi ngizwe uyabona ngale yehood I'm just thinking ukuthi it doesn't make sense lento babe bayifunela ihood. That thing it was after 6 years. So into engangigqoke 6 years ago, like doesn't make any sense unless lamaphoyisa mayengathi awacabanga. It's not an investigation, like it's a poor thinking nje lento ukuthi ungangibuza ngangigqoke ibe jacket engangigqoke 6 years ago. Like ngisenayo nje i-common sense ithi kufanele ngaba ngisenayo leyo jacket. If ikhona igugile.
Yeah.
So to look for it is like it shows like not sure whether we are myopic, like we are short-sighted. It doesn't make sense. ASB yabo lento eshiwo MP le EFF parliament.
Yeah.
Ibuza general.
Yes.
Then ikhumbula ukuthi ithi yona yafika I think before lo mama efike ngoba yangena hlala nengane ngaphakathi endlini and ibullet yatholakala the following day. So lento yo contamination of isini is just out because uma ngithi mina ngifike eqala kunawe and igaza ngificanga, which means into ayisikliniwe before ufike wena namaphoyisa okhuluma ngawo after secleaning. So bese ungitshela ukuthi the following day wathola ibullet ngithi mina ngifike before wena ngafica isini cleaniwe, so it's only bullet that was left there. So even that one bengaqhubeka beyidonsise, but ayisekho yona njengamanje unless nje kuyikuthi ubaloyi I'm not sure whether is trying to ngoba angithi ama prosecutor nababeli bale strategy sokwenza ukuthi ube irritated. Maybe everything that is trying to do he want to irritate Ntanza and Ntanza break it down. So you will keep on asking all these nonsense things up until a person just lost it. Then you will nail on that point. Not that those calls like there's something that he's trying to put. I think he's working with Ntanza. So I will ask you call this one? You go up until you break down. Because it's where maybe whatever point afuna ukisho but ufuna ukumcracker kuqala. Yena le ama calls bana noNtanzi is psychological yakhe and emotion yakhe. I will ask you those irritating for the whole week up until you lost it. Not that calls there anything that got a lot, because to ask me that I'm telling you the phone was not with me, but to keep on asking me one by one, which means you want to irritate me up until I lose it. Then so point ama calls you can't tell me what is from last week, this week. You asking me one by one. If I'm telling you what if phone at the time in Bosch, so almost September, like what's the difference? There is no difference. I'm telling you if phone at June. September, I'm telling you if phone at June. Then in the September, which means I'm out the me. But if you irritate her, because my main objective is not about calls, it's to work with your mind. I want you to get tired. So in that one, I think he's just playing a mind game. Lastly, I don't know how they are going with all these things, because each judge must look at the evidence, the totality of it, not one aspect. So with the contamination of his scene, right now there is a person so it's no longer about what we think. With DNA, it's out. With the Ishama calls, then the phone itself. I think if there was anything about they can possibly prove with a phone. The time we case your presenter in case I think they were supposed to produce with the phone by Tolani Ntanzi le nakuzana tishiwo upahlan. If you arrest me on this, you would jot it down that you find +1 +1 +1 +1 came in. So if there is anything so phone in yam, I think uzoleti proof mangithi phone uyithathe nge20 uzobhala la engasayina khona mina ngo September. Phone uyithathe ngoJune. So produce lento it Ntanza wayekhotha wayebhaza umjiyakho. Oh, this other point, sorry to take long. There is this other point that state is so stupid that they are trying to prove. I'm not a lawyer, I'm just a normal human being. I can't just receive a call from a stranger, then call and making an arrangement. They come to see me. What if the person is just joking because that person is arrested? You get a call back. You are a lawyer just getting a call back. You make a deal with the person on the phone. You don't know that person because it could have made sense. Lawyer, you know those rich people where you have that lawyer, personal lawyer, and your personal doctor and stuff. It was going to make sense.
Yes.
But for just a mere person to say you receive a call back from a stranger, you get a call. Luckily enough, we are just around Johannesburg. After doing all that mess, in actual fact, we are now based in Cape Town. For that one, whether Giaco can go there and say, Wakuluma Ntanza, here we are looking at beyond reasonable doubt. So a normal person can say, you can't get a call back from a stranger, even a person that you know. Get a call back and you just call. How much more a stranger? Two, I think also Giaco, as far as I know, maybe I might be wrong. Isn't it that when you go to a lawyer's company, you go to an attorney and the attorney will appoint a lawyer for you. You don't call an advocate for you. I will go and present that, okay, or my family will go and say, okay, we have this person arrested based on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then an attorney will look at that and find a person that can help me with that one. Not that the same attorney, the same person that is going to represent me in court. I'm not sure in those processes. But as far as I'm looking at it, it looks like the state doesn't have a case. Maybe they were hoping that this thing was going to be in that 2020 and get it done. Before we know it, it's over. Not so, but it's how I've looked at it, because this thing of cell phone is just out. That one out. Maybe the aim is to try and break the guy down, because their aim as he's standing there is to nail him. So whatever strategy to work with his mind, they are going to use it. So it's good for now. Because if he can break down at this point, that is their goal, that if we can work with your mind, then you lose it. Then we ask you other questions when we are out of your thinking. You'll end up admitting whatever we're telling you. But we'll ask you all these things that are going to drain you. The time we realize that, now we are frustrated, then we ask you what actually we want to ask you. By then we are just emotionally and psychologically out. And we can't do anything because you have to answer. I think their strategy is that one with this thing of court. They want to break a guy. It's Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. You ask me one by one. The aim is not. I think the judge is supposed to protect the Ntanza, but liyamiyekela ngoba uma kungomunye ubani bekwila abantu bestate ubezothi judge. He told you that he buy 30 phone ukuthi then why you asking all these things? Which means the judge approach.
Connection. Thank you. Connection. I think you've made your point. And yes, Bafwetu, thank you very much. And Nabanye, you have it's your right to believe otherwise. We all think differently. I mean, we all think differently. We all have different beliefs. Even now, there are countries, situations that is happening around the world. Others believe that the Lord standing with certain people. Others believe that the other ones are whatever that they think they are. So I saw a video. That's fine. That video Emil I showed you of people from this other country that believe that God favors them running away. So this man of no color is asking, why then are you running away? Because you should allow everything to rain on you so that you can get your chance with your mate.
Father.
Yeah, so it's
the father.
it's
I thought you guys looked forward to such. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it's we all believe differently. We all see things differently, and it's okay. Others look at this and I mean, Mapena allows. In fact, police are not denying that they actually allowed Ntanza to make a call to Butelis, and they still couldn't confiscate Ntanza's phone during that time.
No.
And you believe that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to use like, oh, let the state deal with this. They're doing great. Ruin people's life because it's not your life. Mm-hmm. And you come here, you justify that nonsense. And I'm gonna say it. It's nonsense, but I'll still allow you to justify it because I'm not about suppressing your views. But it's nonsense. You should know that. Nonsense. I'm not saying our views are better, but looking at the circumstances up until now, using your brain, or at least 20% of your brain, come on. But yes, Yabonga, thank you very much to everyone. The likers and not likers. Now I know people that are not liking. Like the video, subscribe, and it's a bye from me.
Bye, guys. We'll talk again tomorrow.